Hey guys, and welcome to a new video. So we have day 2 today on this new league start, on the Synthesis League. And as I said yesterday, I want to bring a small update video on what's my progress in general before streaming. And yeah, here we are. This is my current progress. So I was playing yesterday until level 47. I know that's not a lot, but hey, I was playing till like 4 or 5 a.m. It's currently somewhere at 12. So I recently got up. I just not even finished with my first coffee yet. So I'm still a little bit tired, but still, here we go. I could get my hands on all the fancy stuff that I would like to test, like Soulrend, like Bane, and that kind of stuff. And I think the best way is to just show you how those skills are working. So I did the first lab yesterday. So if you move over to the skill tree, here's the skill tree. I took Profane Bloom because the problem is, or the funny thing is, like all the spells seem to be very good. So I cannot really decide with what kind of spell I would like to level. If you go here, Lionel's Watch, let's do the first quest together so I can show you a little bit. It's clearing the Twilight Strand in Act 6. So I'm going to show you how those skills are looking like and how they are working. So in one hand we have our traditional Essence Drain, which does actually the most damage. It's currently on 4-link, I think. No, it's a 3-link. No, 4-link. But it's increased duration, so you can't really count that one in. Because on a league start, you know, you're just bound to whatever you find. You know, it's not the desired colors I want to have, it's not the links that I want to have, but yeah, you're just gonna play with what you find rather than playing with what you would like to. We can do that later on. So yeah, we have Essence Drain, then we have the new Bane that looks like that. It looks like Contagion. I mean, the effect is just way better. How this one works is you have your Bane, and then you have some curses attached to it. So currently I'm running Assassin's Mark and Despair. Despair is self-explaining because of the minus chaos resistance the enemies get and so on. And Assassin's Mark, most are like probably because I just had a blue color socket here on this one. I'm short on chromatic orbs and jewelers and fusings and all that kind of stuff, so I just took Assassin's Mark for now. We get power charges of that, but that's not necessary because power charges give us crit. We don't need crit, we cannot crit, right? So the other thing is, if we would skill up to this point here, spell damage per power charge, then actually power charge would give us a little bit of damage. But that's actually, I don't think that's like super valuable. I would rather take this one with like Enfeeble, Temp Chains, yeah, something like that, like any defensive options that we can get. So the next one is Soulrend. I currently run it with a greater multiple projectile and also decay and efficiency support. It's not like these are the best supports that I can get, but these are the colors that I have, what I can work with. So the thing is, I think that Essence Drain is going to be our single target damage. At the moment I'm just playing either with just running around and just doing Essence Drain. Let's clear this memory fragment real quick. Almost failed. You just gotta be careful, like in the start when you instantly run in the blue area, then yeah, game over, basically. But yeah, either way, I just run around with the Soulrend, or I'm just going to clear the map with my Profane Bloom and with Bane. But it looks like that now. So let's speed this one up. Just a little bit weird. I mean, here you have a button where you can speed it up, but in the end, there should be another way to just quickly move through or end this passage, right? So let's keep on going. I would say let's just keep on going with the Bane, because the Bane looks really cool. It's very satisfying to play. But I mean, Soulrend has just a better clear, you know. I think like one of these Soulrends does actually clear a whole screen. But you know, you're bound to some cast speeds. The animations are pretty slow at the moment because I'm just, yeah, short on those things. But there is several problems, or at least like I would say every single Chaos spell has their pro and cons. And this is something I want to go over, and that's why I cannot really decide what I want to do, actually, what I want to play over here. I just found out that if we're gonna play with a rotation, this is going to be probably the most or the highest DPS that we can get. So let's see if we can keep on clearing this strand here so we have a little bit more gameplay. So Profane Bloom works as usual. If you kill something that has a curse attached, it has a 25% chance to explode. These are the explosions that I have as soon as something dies in the Bane. As usual, I cannot find all the mobs. Or did I clear everything? No, I did not. Ah, here's a beast. So as you see, all those small explosions here, they count because something died. 25% chance that is cursed, right? The problem is if you play with Essence Drain or with Soulrend, you don't curse, because usually you would actually end up having... Holy shit, I need to focus. Red beasts are hard. But I think the damage is like superior at the moment for the stupid links that I have. So usually if you play like Essence Drain Contagion like the original way, you have Blasphemy with like Despair Curse. So whatever is in range you just curse and then they start exploding. With Bane in the other hand, you don't do that because Bane delivers all your curses, right? So let me quickly go to the hideout so we can take a closer look. I think I have somewhere a Contagion laying around. This is something I want to test as well. So I would really like to show some stream highlight clips, some fancy drops, but yeah, this is all I found. I found 4 Chaos Orbs, 2 Val Orbs, a Regret, 2 Fusings, and that's about it. Nothing special. The uniques that I found, just shit. I mean, Crown of Thorns could be nice when I transfer this character to an Energy Shield one. But other than that, there's actually nothing really special here. The thing that I'm doing at the moment, I have a quad stash tab here where I just throw in every single fractured item. Because maybe at some point I need them to convert something. I haven't really made up my mind about that one yet. I can't really give a good opinion about the Nexus. Because I don't know. The majority, I get the same parts over and over again, and you're limited on your parts. Like yesterday, when I tried to get over this currency node here, I had not a single one that I had connected to the left side or to the top side. So the only thing I could do is going down side or right side. So I would never have a chance to even go there. So that I was just skipping yesterday completely. I was just doing those, and yeah, actually I have some Quadra here, and those I found yesterday somewhere at the end. So now I could actually probably get my way through this one if we just gonna try here. But I don't think so because I'm missing... Oh, wait a second. If we put this one and this one and this one, that could actually work. That's actually cool. Maybe I can do those later on stream, but I was just trying to... But yesterday was just not possible to do it like that. So let me quickly check. I think I do have a Contagion somewhere. Contagion. Here we go. So these are our Chaos spells in general, right? If I miss one, then sorry. So the difference between Contagion and Bane would be that Bane does a shitload of damage, applies curses, but it doesn't spread. So the problem is, if you actually want to speed clear, you know, you can get in like increase the area of effect and stuff, but you still only clear the area over here. If we're gonna do this one with Contagion, with the usual Essence Drain Deliverer, let's say it like that, you just hit it like that. If monsters are dying, it's going to be spread. So what you're gonna do is, if the monster density is good, you're just gonna run in here, drop 1 Contagion, everything dies, and the Contagion gets spreaded, and you can clear a whole screen with that one. But it's going to be like maybe 5 or 10% of the damage that actually Bane does. The same with Essence Drain and Soulrend. Like Essence Drain will probably be our superior, most or highest DPS spell that we have in our Chaos. In our Chaos spells. So the thing is that Essence Drain has a way longer duration than the Soulrend has. So this one is currently at 6.5 seconds, and Soulrend has 0.5 seconds. So although Soulrend does actually the same amount of damage at the moment, but this is just because of the links. You know, I'm playing here a 4 damage link on Soulrend, and here I have increased duration, so if I would swap that out to Essence Drain, I would have more damage in Essence Drain, obviously. But I think the most, or at least the, how should I say that? If you say the map device is the new boss, I think you're just gonna make like a World of Warcraft Warlock type of character where you really have a rotation. Let's say you have a Blade Flurry champion, right? You have like your Blade Flurry as your main ability, and you have maybe Leap Slam. So the thing is, you Leap Slam around, but as long as you Leap Slam or dodge something, you're doing 0 DPS. Only when you stand at the target and spamming your Blade Flurry, you will do damage. The thing on Chaos is you have a tiny little bit of impact damage, but a really big chunk load of Chaos damage over time. So what we not want to do is stand here and do like this. There is no reason to permanently shoot our Chaos spell, because as I said, the damage when it hits is just a tiny little bit compared to the damage over time effect it applies. So that would be, if we're just gonna write this down like here. So you have, let's say, like 10 seconds on Essence Drain. Then if you probably load up your Bane, that was something we discussed yesterday on stream as well. If we could just run Bane with like 5 curses, right? So it would do a lot of damage and would last pretty long. But here is the same situation. Bane has no impact damage, but it has a lot of damage over time. So if at the moment we sit on like 2.6 seconds, and for each curse we have, we're gonna increase the amount of time for 50%. So if we load this up with like 3 curses, it's 150% more increased duration of the Bane damage effect, right? And as well, if we're gonna skill over here to Hexmaster, we have curse skills have 80% increased skill effect duration. That would count for Bane as well, because if we mouse over the Bane, we see that it has the tag duration. So, or at least the tag curse. So this one would count for curse as well. But here we would have the same scenarios as on the Essence Drain. So let's say we attach like, let's say 3 curses, let's say a 4-link Bane, right? So we have Bane, then we have maybe Despair for sure, and then, I don't know, let's say Enfeeble Temp Chains, for example. Or, I don't know if Projectile Weakness is better or something. This is just a theory part, right? So we would have like 150% increased duration. This one, that would yield up to be like, let's say 7 seconds, right? So let's say 7 seconds, Bane. And as I said on the Essence Drain, there is no reason to permanently shoot Essence Drain, because if the debuff is on, you do the damage, right? Same counts with Bane. If this is our target, you're not gonna stay here and do like this all the time just to keep up the damage, right? Because if you do it once every 6 seconds or permanently, there is absolutely no difference. Just, yeah, the debuff will last longer as soon as you stop, but in the end, you know, you're not gonna do more DPS out of that. So what we need, wait a second, Bane. What we need is a filler spell. A filler spell is basically something that has an impact damage or a pretty low duration. For example, Soulrend. So Soulrend has 0.5 seconds, right? 0.5 seconds. My typing, Soulrend. Here we go. That would mean that we have a rotation. So you're gonna start the fight up with Essence Drain. When the projectile is flying, you can apply your Bane. So they hit actually in both at the same time. And then you have a time window of like 7 seconds, I would say. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna shoot this one, apply your curses, and then permanently shoot Soulrend. Because Soulrend, like when it hits, 0.5 seconds later the next one hits, so you have permanent damage up. The same thing goes with Blight. If we take Blight would be another filler spell. If we take this one over here for now. So this is the same thing, right? You do Blight, you debuff the enemy. The longer you cast Blight, the more damage you will do, right? So this one could be Blight as well as our filler spell. So there is, as I said, no reason to permanently spam this one or this one. So you're gonna do 1 and 2 and then either spam Soulrend, or you do 1, 2 and then go in melee range and cast your Blight. Problem is, Blight is in melee range, as I just said, and Soulrend would be the range option. So it all comes down to the last part, which is what will do the best damage in the end, you know? And at least more important, what do you enjoy the most, you know? Like, I'm a really huge fan of the Essence Drain Contagion playstyle because all the spreads and so on, so that would be super cool. But I think that Soulrend has an immense clear speed, so probably it's going to end up being a 6-linked Essence Drain for pure DPS single target, 4-linked Bane with applying 3 curses, because we have 1 curse in general, then we skill 1 curse with Whispers of Doom, and here with Malediction we get another curse, so we have our 3 curses that we can apply with Bane. I don't think it's necessary to put this one in a 6-link, but it's something that we have to try out. And then probably a 4-linked Soulrend. It depends if we're gonna play with a staff. So we have double 6-link, then we could go a 6-linked Soulrend for clearing, and also a 6-link Essence Drain for boss DPS, and just a 4-link as our Bane. Or we're gonna play with like a one-handed weapon, put in here some a movement skill here an aura or something. We have the new one that's over here, Malevolence. It's just super good. It's just like hatred for chaos things, right? We really have an aura now that has that gives us more damage over time, skill effect duration, and so on. That's like really good. You don't want to miss that one. But we could play this one with Enlighten and add something else, you know? So yeah, this is the current state of the art. I'm still switching through all the spells. Like sometimes I just play with Essence Drain Contagion because I like it. Sometimes I just run around and press my Bane because it's still like super cool. On the other hand, if I just run around using one Soulrend to clear off one's screen is fair enough. As a filler spell, as I said, Blight or Soulrend, but we're gonna see what is actually doing the most damage. Okay, skill tree wise, it's pretty much the same that I had yesterday. First, I went over to Entropy just to get some chaos damage. Then I went downstairs here to get more chaos damage. But the thing is, when I was like somewhere here, I got the Bane, and then I was like, hey, Bane is actually super cool to play. So what do I need to get more Bane damage? I need more curses. So then I started randomly like, okay, let's finish up till Blood Siphon for some more life. And then we start over here to get this extra curse, right? But now I will just probably go over here, take Corruption, and then go over here, take Increased Skill Effect Duration, then work towards my Scion Life Cluster for now, since it's a life-based build. Yeah, what else to say? Plans for today. So, as you're watching this, I'm maybe already be streaming, so if you want to check that out, twitch.tv/mbXtreme. And yeah, today's plan is definitely finishing the acts, and I'm going to farm a Tabula Rasa at Act 9. Because I think a Tabula Rasa, I mean, it will take probably 3-4 hours of grinding to get those humility cards to get a Tabula Rasa, because I was not that lucky to find one. But I just think that one 6-link should be fair enough to get into a good or smooth gameplay into mapping to push the tier maps, right? Because I don't really want to start mapping on a 4-link, so the best or the easiest and cheapest way to do that is just get a Tabula, have a 6-link, try out support gems, you know, since you have all white colors, there's actually nothing you can do wrong. You're just gonna put in Bane on a 6-link, try it out, you're gonna do Essence Drain 6-link and compare it to the damage of Soulrend and so on. So yeah, this is the plan for today. Get up to mapping, farm a Tabula, and get the first tier maps going. Hopefully get some drops, because yesterday was actually pretty poor. I mean, you know, it's the first 4 acts, 5 acts, you know, so you're not gonna expect like 1 axe drop each map, right? I mean, wouldn't be bad. I mean, I would like it, but in the end, let's be realistic, this will not work. Okay, anything else that I have to add? I have here my stash tabs. I just randomly throw everything in. I already got 1 unique ring for my law weave preparation, so every unique ring that I find I just throw into here to get one of those law weaves for later on maybe. Then we have a fracture tab where I just put in everything like that just to see if we can make something useful out of it. I don't think so, because the bases here, they are all low item level. They are not the best bases that you will actually have for like here, Shadow Axe, right? You want to have a Vile Axe or the what is the other one? the Flesh something axe. This is the one that you want to have for endgame. So I don't think this one is actually good, but yeah, whatever. We're gonna see. At the moment, I'm just throwing everything into here and just relax. And once I'm getting to mapping and have some good clear speed, I will start going into my Nexus and try to unlock all of these stuff here, see what we can do here, and yeah, profit a little bit more, I think. So yeah, I'm off, or at least I'm done with this video now. I think this is it. Going to stream now, and yeah, maybe see you there. So thanks for tuning in, thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow or later and tomorrow. So.